So hi, my name is Marco Sangor. I came in San Francisco in 1989, and I opened Little Baobab in 1999, if I'm not making any mistake. And Little Baobab originally was called Cur Baobab, which is mean the Baobab home. I was very excited to be in the Mission, especially behind Mission Street, where it's a cross-cultural center, where you had all the artists, all the foreigners living, because the rent was cheap, of course. And I loved it. And I felt the Mission kind of like really similar to where I used to be in West Africa and Senegal, where we had so many culture and so many colors and vibrant and music. And so this place grabbed my heart right away when I arrived, and I felt like this is my home. And I feel like I had a second life. That's where I was born, and I was very happy to be there. So I stay about now 23 years in the Mission, and I'm still here, and I still love it, even though we went through so many different things here. Baobab actually took off at some point around 2000, 2001. It was becoming very famous because of, first of all, the drinks that he had. We were featured in many magazines because of the fact that we were not using fruits, but flowers, seeds, and roots, like the ginger, the hibiscus flower, and the tamarind. So everybody was talking about our juices, and it was becoming very popular. Eventually, soon after, we have this famous musician named Michael Franti who stopped by to the place. I didn't know him at that time. And he loved the Baobab because he was telling me, even though I had no experience, that he was proud to see an African brother coming here and giving example to be a leader and opening a space. So he asked me if I could allow him to have a show in my little humble space without even knowing that this guy was very, very well known. So he drew so many people and so many attention to the Baobab that soon after the show, everybody was calling me around the world to come and do a show at the Baobab. And the city and the newspaper, everybody was coming to see who is happening in this little crazy little place called Little Baobab, 750 square feet, right there on 19th Street, among all the prostitutes and the gangs. That's where Little Baobab was born, and that was my home, and that was my first customer originally. So Baobab took off from that end, and then we move on. We opened another place next door called Bissap Baobab on Mission Street that everybody loved. The place was always full and very busy, and whatever was happening around the world, Baobab was filling up more and more. It seems like it was becoming a space where everybody had to come and share their emotions, feelings, and sorrows. And so I was feeling like almost like a social security center where we were here providing food and love and security for everyone, and that's the way people love Baobab. Till today, I hear so many people coming and saying they met at the Baobab, they got married because of the Baobab, and now their kids are coming to see me and say thank you. And all my life in San Francisco and in the Bay Area, we've been asked and called from everywhere to come and open a Baobab because Baobab was kind of a secret medicine to bring life. And like actually back home, that's what the Baobab is. It's a tree who brings life because he has long roots and bring water, and all the community comes around, starting by the plant, but the animal, and then the fruits, and then the people. So that's why I knew giving the name Baobab would be magic, and that's why we keep doing it since that day. So eventually we did very well until what happened 4 or 5 years ago. We had some difficulties, first of all, personally with immigration, with the old administration, but we resolved that part. But I lost all my assets at that point, and I was still here feeding all the homeless with Little Baobab, working with SF New Deal and OTG, meaning giving food to the homeless and to the elders people. We did that. We supplied about 250,000 individual boxes of food. And so we received awards because of all the good deeds we were doing. And then eventually I had the chance, when the COVID started running away and disappearing, I've been called by the city to come and start over this new project here in the Mission because the Baobab needed love. A lot of people lost their business, lost people, and so it's been very, very difficult for the Mission district because the Mission is still the Mission. And so I took over this project thinking I will try to do my best because we're living in a situation right now in these days where it's economical war, political war, and then as you can see, it's very hard with inflation. So everybody's struggling, people are shutting down their places, and the Mission is suffering because of these difficulties. So I'm happy to be here. And we started very well. We had the support of the CD of OEWD, the Office of the Mayor. We had also support of SF Shine, who gave us a grant to pay the architects. We received $50,000 as a grant as well to develop this business. I had donation for people to give me a lot of materials for soundproofing. So we spent over $50,000 to $60,000 investment into soundproofing, but it seems like it's not enough because unfortunately right now, we're having difficulties with our neighbors next door who complains about Baobab with the African drums and the loudness that we are. And we believe we're doing the best we can, and we don't want to fight because we think that we need the strengths of everyone together to succeed. And so we've been inviting them to come over here to work with them, to figuring out what we can do to improve the harmony and work together, because at the end, it's as a team we can win. We don't want to be by ourselves alone. And I love people, and I think in life that's the best way to fight any issues is with love. If I could spread a bomb of love in all this condo next door, I would be so happy. But now I need your help because I want to try to do the best and improve the system in terms of soundproofing. So we did some, but perhaps we may need to add more. And so because if we don't have enough capital, we can't do it because unfortunately you need money to do the work and to buy equipment. So I want to try to get the best equipment possible to improve the sound system here and also to do a major soundproofing so at least we can live in peace with these neighbors. And so that's why we're coming to you today. We're hoping you will support us in the best we can, and so you can come to have another new Baobab to shine and help the mission to rise once again.